I was walking along the road with two friends when the sun set. Above the blue-black fjord in city, the clouds hovered like blood and flaming tongues. I felt the great endless scream pass through nature.
That's how Norwegian artist Edvard Munch described his iconic painting, The Scream. He completed 4 versions of it.
What makes the painting so powerful is its ability to trigger emotions in people the minute they see it.
It's been reinterpreted countless times. The poster for the 1982 film The Wall, based on the Pink Floyd album, is a coveted collector's item. In the 1996 American slasher film Scream, the killer wears a mask based on Munch's painting. Norwegian cartoonist Arvid Andresen published a book featuring more than 300 reworkings and parodies of the motif. It continues to capture imaginations the world over. The Scream from Nature is a project dreamt up by Norwegian artist Lisa Wolf. She encourages people to create their own version of the famous painting and to upload it to an online Scream gallery.
The reason why I started working with the Scream is based on the environmental concerns and the text by Munch, that he wrote that he felt this huge scream through nature. And that's also an interesting point, since many people tend to think that it's the person screaming, the person we see in the scream. But we don't know that, so maybe it's a person protecting his ears from this horrible scream. Or it may be the person, because we are also nature.
In the Norwegian capital Oslo, the Scream has been exhibited in the National Gallery since 1893. It also went on display in Berlin the same year. It was given a mixed reception. To more conservative critics, it was just a mess.
The painting unleashed a major scandal. And not just this painting. Originally, it was part of a series known as the Frieze of Life. But when it stands alone, it's much stronger. It's because it's so elemental, so stripped down. Its basic idea is one we can all relate to. We can't even tell if it's a man or a woman, someone old or someone young. It's just a human being, reaching out with a highly charged appeal to us.
The figure in the foreground casts a spell of despair. Adding to the overpowering sense of oppression is the balustrade that cuts diagonally across the picture. In the background to the left are 2 figures who could be coming or going. The colors of the sky and the landscape contrast to striking effect. Layered as they are, they almost look like sound waves. His painting style, steeped in intensity, made Edvard Munch a pioneer of expressionism. His work remains profoundly influential. Around 450,000 visitors flock to the National Gallery in Oslo every year to admire this landmark painting.
People react very differently. People often have their picture taken striking the same pose. We see loads of school kids making the same face and gesture. But we sometimes see some very emotional scenes. People standing in front of it for a long time and actually crying.
With her project, The Scream from Nature, Lisa Wolf invites the public to take action to protect the environment. Her recreation of the painting, made from trash, aims to raise consciousness about the relationship between humans and nature. The project culminated in 2013 with a gathering of thousands of people near Oslo. Clearly, the Scream still has relevance today.
The Scream face in the painting, it's kind of flat and two-dimensional compared to the rest of the painting, and it could resemble a mask, maybe, and it's kind of suited for making an icon or a recognizable shape, even a logo, you can think. And of course, another thing is, given that the painting has so much attention, new people will enter to the painting and start maybe working from it.
In 2012, one of the 4 original versions of the Scream sold for about 110 million euros. It's one of the most expensive paintings ever to go on auction.
Maybe it manages to convey a feeling of anxiety and unease that many people recognize.
The scream has been referred to in music, it's been used in comics. There's even an emoticon of the scream symbol on WhatsApp. It's one of the most reproduced masterpieces of all time.
It's not a beautiful painting, but it draws us in. It forces us to think. We have no choice but to respond to it, as though an actual person was screaming right in front of us.